Giovanni Guidetti and Bahar Toksoy, the mastermind of Vakif Bank and Turkey women, the middle blocker, Olympian, Champions League gold medalist. On the court, they've had years of success, both individually and as a pair. But off the court, right now, they're at home and staying safe. So I gave them a call and to see what life is like for one of volleyball's most famous families.
Coach, hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Dave?
Yeah, really, really well. I'm a little bit bored and I'm looking for some positivity. So I called the most positive man I know. I'm relying on you to cheer me up. First things first, it's nighttime there. I think you're like 3 hours ahead. It's Saturday. What are you doing?
Yeah, tonight we have a pizza night, basically. So I'm not a great man in the kitchen, let's say, but the only thing I can do is pizza. And so my daughter and my wife, of course, they love, and me, I love so much. So tonight we had a pizza night, and I try also new recipe because I have time, of course, like everybody. So I try to add something new in the pizza, and it was not bad, actually.
Have you eaten it yet, or can you show me?
Yes. We ate the most because I know the recipe from the same kind, so here it just what left. So half margherita, half with mushroom. Here there was one part that we already eat, and we tried to put some truffle on it, but it was okay. I mean, the truffle, they were a little heavy, so I think that mushroom is better. Truffle are not for pizza, but okay. My daughter enjoy and my wife as well. So and me, of course.
Well, amongst all this madness, I'm glad you guys are still managing to eat well, because that's so important. Right, I've been at home in London for about a week now. How long have you guys been at home, and how are you finding it?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. This is 1 week that we passed without training. Till last week we trained, and we're supposed to play this week the Turkish Cup final, and the playoff should have been started, but of course we stopped to play, we stopped to train. And my wife same. I mean, she's playing Fenerbahce, so the same rule for everybody. So we are just waiting and trying to watch. I mean, at least myself, try to watch as less news as I can, because these are just negativity plus negativity. I just try to read the minimum I can to stay updated, and just. I mean, I'm doing my job that right now is babysitting and dog sitting. So I have these two jobs.
Well, how are you managing to stay positive then? Because I've spoken to a few players. The players that I've spoken to are based in Italy. Of course, you're there in Istanbul, and they all just really want to get back out there. They know that we need to stay safe and we need to stay on lockdown, but they're just missing being with their teammates, with their friends, and performing for the crowd. So how are you keeping yourself positive, and of course your players as well? It must be tough.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I have one life rule that if I cannot solve the problem, I don't want to be worried about the problem. So I wish I can solve this problem, but of course I cannot. So I cannot be worried for that. So this is the situation. And like in a match, you try to find the best you can in the situation you are. So if you are in a match and you have 3 injuries, you don't give up. You just try to give your best in the situation. Or you are in a match, you are under 2-0, 20-10, that's something that also happened one time in my life. You try to think positive, you try to win, and maybe like that time, one time can happen also to win from 2-0 under and 20-10 under. So same here. So what we can do, there is nothing to do, so at least try to win something from this situation. So there's so many things that you can win. I believe you can win time with your dears, that is precious, because can imagine maybe after I can show you, but she's trained because she's in the age, she's too young. She's 3 years old.
Yeah.
And also last time I asked her, so what you prefer? You prefer daddy at home or you prefer daddy in training? And she didn't even think 1 second. She said daddy in training and daddy at home. Sorry, daddy at home and mom at home. So she was really sure about that. So she don't like that when we go training. A lot of time, me and the mother, we go training together, and so she's enjoying the time with us, and also try to find time for myself to read and to update. That's something that I really don't have time to do normally. So
I did see, though, that you're doing some coaching at home, because I watched a video and you're like, cuscino, blocco.
You're following us. I don't know, because actually I am the most unsocial media guy ever, so this is the job of my wife, and she likes to do, and she's good on that. And yeah, I try to entertain her, because, you know, it will be too easy to open television at 10 o'clock, you know, but we don't want to do that. So we try to open the television at 7:30 in the night. So just in the dinner time. So, you know, because she don't go to kindergarten and we are here with her. So we have from 8 in the morning till 7 in the night. We have to find something to do with her. And I am honest, every time I try to push her with volleyball, but no chance. She do everything but volleyball.
She's 3 years of age. There'll be plenty of time to get her into that.
Yes, I know, but I know so many daughters of other players that are still enjoying, they try, you know, you can see they can do something, you know, but she really don't like now. But I mean, I'm not worried at all, so she don't have to become a volleyball player, but I mean, at least we can play together, you know, because she asked me to play cricket. Ah, here's the princess.
Hello.
Harrison, where are you?
She might not like volleyball, but she's good at hiding.
Yes. This is our best game, that we are hiding. I catch her hiding and catch her hiding, you know. And so a lot of time I am the prince and she's the princess, because in the night we are collecting all the Disney story that we can. I think tonight was the time of the princess with the frog. We watch this. Alison, you watched The Princess and the Frog tonight? It was good? What was the name of the princess? Tanya or Tiana?
Tiana.
Ah, Tiana. Ah, okay. And the frog, you don't know? You don't know. Okay, she can join the conversation?
Yeah, please.
Ah, Prince. Ah, the Prince. Okay, so she can watch. Because she have a great quality that she's attached at me 24 hours a day. So if I'm here, and the movie and the cartoon is finished, it's possible coming here. That probably will come also my wife in a while. So you can ask also from a player point of view, how is this time?
Well, this time it looks like you're really treating it as a gift, though, because you said before you're out training, your wife's out training, and even though there's a lot of negativity around this, the opportunity to spend some time at home with the family, you should cherish it, really.
Yeah, I mean, to be like this, I mean, you know, and I'm Italian, and I see what's going on in Italy, and I see how it can be bad, you know. I mean, so at least we are healthy, at least we are good, you know, and so let the tears to the people that have reason to cry, you know. So okay, staying at home is boring, that's no question, you know, but better to stay at home than to stay in hospital to assist some dears or for yourself, you know. So we have the luck that we don't have to go hospital. We have the luck that our parents and our dears are fine. So I think we don't have to be too dramatic, you know. So all the world in this situation. So it's not that we are just the only unluck. No, Alison, questo non lo facciamo. We are not the only unluck. So the world is in situation. We are not so bad, because at the end we are at home, we can cook, we can go market, we can make a kind of normal life. And so just we don't go home, okay, and we spend more time with this princess that she make me crazy. So now she wants to make this very famous game, you know, that catches the fish.
Oh, very good.
She's putting the fish there, you know, because of course she has to play continuously, but it's really challenging, you know. It's really fun to find something to go. Today I tried this block and pillow, because we bought some yoga stuff, because I start to do yoga, and not in the Corona time. I started yoga this year because my hip is terrible. So I don't want to be like many of my colleagues, Lang Pirali, Lang Ping, Karch Kirali, Lorenzo Bernardi. So many of them have hip operation. So I want to wait as much as I can. And so because of that, I try to make some stretching, some yoga, something.
The age catches up with us all. Well, 2020, even though we're only in March? Sorry, just leave you do some dadding there.
Yes, I'll take off the music.
There's so much has happened already. I mean, the last time you and I spoke, it seems like an eternity now. You just won the European qualifiers in Apeldoorn. Everything was happy. We were looking forward to Tokyo. But let's go back to the Netherlands. What an achievement that was. That was an incredible few days for you and your team.
It was incredible. I totally, I mean, you can see from my celebration after the match, you know, because it was crazy, you know. the week was crazy. But what I like the most from this experience, can you listen me good?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. What I like the most from this experience was the journey with the team, you know. So how we were good to manage all situations together, you know, because really we were together, you know, we never been as much together like that time. So we started bad and we suffered and we came out from incredible match against Poland and we went to sleep at 2 o'clock in the night and the next day we have to wake up at 7:30 to go training, you know, but nobody complained. Everybody was so focused, so motivated. And we did it, you know, we did it really like a team. And you know, Turkish team, I mean, we don't have a Boskovic, we don't have an Egonu, you know, we don't have a Juting, you know, it's a team that play really like a team, because if we don't play all together, we cannot do. And the bench player have a great role as well. So I like this team so much because really we can put a big effort on a team playing. That is the most, that's why we love volleyball, basically.
What amazes me as well is how much those achievements mean to everyone, to you, to the players, to the supporters who traveled. Like the flags and the shirts are amazing. But then you go online and you see people celebrating on Twitter and Instagram, all the people who've watched on television. Like it means so much.
Yeah, that also, I mean, I have to congratulate my federation because they did a great job to bring so many people there. But really, I believe there are Turkish you can find everywhere. You know, if you go to Germany, there are plenty of Turkey. You go, I do not England, United Kingdom, but probably there as well.
Yeah.
And they're really passionate people, you know. So in Turkey, when you go in the street and you meet somebody, before they ask you, how are you? They tell you Fenerbahce or Galatasaray. You know, that's the first question. The most important thing, which club you are for. They are born with this in their blood, you know, they are really fan, you know, and it's amazing because when they cheer for you, they can give you a lot, you know, and in Appleton we play at home. So I believe that if the final would have been Turkey, Holland would have been really amazing because it would have been, you know, small Turkish fans in a Holland team, would have been 50-50. But of course, against Germany was like 90-10, you know, so already the fan gave us a big impulse, big push, and was great to play for them. And really, you're right. Before and after, you know, you go in the street in Istanbul, that is not a small city. You know, we are talking about 20 million people, and change really. I can really see the change the way people watch me. You know, everybody recognize me. Everybody congratulate me. I'm running in the street and the people wave me, bravo, hocam, because hocam means in Turkey, coach, teacher, something like that. Bravo jump every time. So it really changed a lot, this Olympic qualification.
Quite right,
you know,
too.
It was like we are talking about, you are right, you know, 3 years ago, but it was just a couple months and now we cannot play this Olympics.
Time flies and it's crazy. Well, I spoke to Britt Herbots the other day and I'd love to speak to you about this. And because she talked about how important it was for her to get out of Belgium and go and play in France and then go and play in Italy. Do you think it's important for players and coaches to sort of spread their wings and go somewhere new and not just from a volleyball perspective, but from a life perspective, just go and experience different cultures, different countries?
Under 10%, 1,000%. You know, I mean, I think if I became a decent coach, is because I had the courage to go out from Italy very young. When I was 27 years old, I was working in America, and then I made an experience in Bulgaria, and then I coached 8 years in Germany, and then I came in Turkey, and then I had experience of 2 years in Holland, and then again Turkey national team. So, you know, give you so much. First of all, you grow like a person. You know, you grow like a man. You grow like a human being, because you have to adapt yourself. You know, and you cannot go everywhere say I am the boss and we do like me. I mean, this is not my style. So I am the one that I say, okay, this is my way, but teach me also a lot because I want to learn from you. So, and if you are able to learn from every country where you are, where you can go, this is really a gift from the life, you know, that I have, because what I learn in America, what I learn in Bulgaria, what I learn in Germany, what I learn in Turkey, what I learn in Holland, you know, they're so different, but at the end, you know, so unique, you know, and at the end also, you know, when we talk about high level sport, also very similar, but it gives a lot. And that's why I push all my assistant to do that. I push all my players, the young player, to do that. and because it's the best way to grow, so you have to go out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And, and I can see when this player, when I see a player that have a tough, life when she was a young player, normally she's a tough player also in the court. When I see a player that have always very easy life, and then, sometimes you find also great player like this, but the most are the one that learn how to suffer, and so this is why sometimes you can see this different in the court also, and there are many examples. I mean, also Turkey have great example of this player. I mean, if I think about my wife, she went out. I mean, she can tell the story better than me, but she went out from her city when she was 16 years old.
Wow.
She have to move, she have to come to Istanbul just hoping to become a volleyball player. So in that moment she was 16, 17. So or she succeed like a volleyball player, or her life and the family, they just made a huge mistake, so just she suffered this experience. And many of them, the generation of Bahar, Bahar, like Gozd, like Nats, this player that they made the London Olympic.
Yeah.
Most of this generation, they have really a pretty tough way to become high-level player. She just came. So maybe she can tell you.
Aha! Oh, the whole family! What a treat!
We are all here. I think she wants to eat something.
Yes.
Oh, so right. In which case, if she wants to eat something, I won't keep you for much longer.
The last part of the family that is waiting to go out. You see, she's pulling me to go out. I cut the tomato for Alison, so Bahar can talk with you.
Yeah, cool. Bahar, here you come.
So sorry.
No, don't apologise. Firstly, great jumper. How are you? How are you getting on? This is all a little bit crazy, isn't it? But lovely to spend some time at home with the family, right?
I mean, basically, yes. I miss to be at home. Okay. Basically, after pregnancy, I'm just fully working. And also in summer, I'm playing the beach volley with my friends, and we're trying to make some local tournaments, but still, I'm working. So this time I'm staying at home, and basically I missed it. But all our life as a sport people, we are used to have control of our life in our hands. So right now something came in and nobody can control it. And basically I have no idea what will happen tomorrow. And this is really disturbing actually.
Okay.
It's not easy to handle, because for a sport person to not have the control in your hands, it's kind of heavy. So in one part of me it's feeling this heavy, but one part of me it's enjoying to be at home, to be with my daughter, to be with my husband all the time, because basically our schedule is all full, and in a different way full. So sometimes in 1 week we are seeing each other just for 2 days. We were seeing each other just for 2 days because of the away games or tournaments or matches and trainings. So right now we are fully together. Till now it was fine, but I don't know, I cannot say what will happen for after.
So you talk about like in being control. Oh no, she's upset. Go be mum. Go be. So you talk about being an athlete and always wanting to be in control of your life. Is there anything you do in day to day now to try and help you have some control?
Actually, when I wake up, the first thing I do is basically planning my day. Like I have a training normal scheduled day. So I'm trying to plan what I'm gonna do that day and which training I'm gonna do that day, because I'm practicing yoga right now by myself, and there's a program from our athletic trainer. So which one I'm gonna do, or which kind of training I'm gonna do, or is it there is a house job to do, because there's a million jobs to do at home. So I'm trying to do this schedule for myself. I'm not writing down, but at least I'm thinking about it, and it keeps me more safe and more calm, let's say.
Speaking of training, I did see that there was a great game of Cuscino o Blocco in your apartment today.
Also, Giovanni is missing to give training to the players, so he cannot do this on me. So our daughter is his victim, basically.
If you're practicing yoga right now, I am terrible, right? So I'm going to try and touch my toe. Oh, how can you see this? This is me attempting to touch my toe. Oh, you can't see. But I'm like this far away. How can I get better at it? I've just... Right.
Basically, all yoga trainers, do you know what they say? It's all about breathing and all about practicing. That's all they say. Because I'm doing sport almost 20 years.
Wow.
And trust me, I'm also not that much flexible.
I don't believe that for 1 second. But Giovanni was saying before that you pretty much left home at 16 to be a volleyball player. I mean, what a journey that's been. You've achieved so much. Like, what would you have done if it hadn't have been for volleyball? I bet you can't even think about that.
Oh, actually, it's pretty tough question for me because basically, since I know myself, I'm playing volleyball. Mm-hmm. And because I started late. I started like 12 years old, not like 8, and some other players. But still, I was always a tall person in my school, like taller than all the boys, girls, even the higher class, so bigger ages. I was always the taller one, but I was talented to the sport. So when they choose me to the volleyball team, I was like, yay, finally, I'm tall, but I'm also using this height for something. And then, because I was in love with volleyball all the time, it just grows and grows and grows. But if I think that there was no volleyball for me, my dream when I was a child was being a vet for the animals.
Oh, wow.
I'm in love with them. Any kind, everything, every animals I'm in love. I don't separate none of them. So perhaps I would do something with animals if I'm not including in sport.
Hence the reason you've got that beautiful dog. What's he called?
Chucky.
Right, quick question. I saw a photo earlier, and can you tell me, did you or Giovanni choose that jacket?
He chose by himself.
Did he?
Actually, before the wedding, he saw my wedding dress, but I didn't see his...
No way!
No. So it was a surprise for me.
Those Italians love their fashion, right?
Actually, he bought this jacket from, let me think, I think from Germany, because he was coaching in Germany in that time.
Right.
And he just went in one shop and he said, in 2 months, I'm gonna marry. So do you have any dress for me, jacket for me? And then he chose his jacket.
Amazing.
My jacket was amazing.
Yes, it was. Oh, amazing.
Yeah,
I think it's fantastic. I think it's a great jacket. While you're here, I had a video that I wanted to show you, Giovanni, because I wanted to know, pretty much your memories at the time. So we talked about your achievements and particularly how long you've been with your club team. But what are your memories of this?
Ooh, it's a big memory, I believe.
Wow.
Wow. This was the first Champions League.
Yes.
It's amazing. And it was really unexpected, unfavorite, and was the magic, because I remember even how it born this team, because in this time, there is Bahar, you see on the left near Glinka. In this time, I remember that summer, my manager called me and I said, Giovanni, I know you have big offer from another club, big club. If you want, go because we don't have a big budget. And I just said, okay, but can you guarantee me a decent team? I don't want a team amazing, but decent team. I mean, just to compete. He said, okay, maybe we can make a decent team. I said, okay. I mean, I failed, a couple of years ago. You keep me here, so of course, if you don't have a great budget, I don't care. I want to stay here because I felt part of the family already. And this decent team, was able to win Champions League in front of Fenerbahce fans in Istanbul against,
first time for Turkey.
First time in Turkey that a Turkish team win the Champions League was something big, very big, very big. Because in that time, Fenerbahce was an incredible team, a lot of big names. There was Sokolova, was Osmokovic, was Fabiana, and was Fofao, was De Roberto in the bench. I mean, I think they have already everything ready, for big celebration. And we played our match, and I don't even remember how, but we won 3-2. I remember 2 aces almost at the end, and so we did pretty well, and that was amazing because it was the first. Also, was my first important victory. I think before this, I never won a league. Wow. So it was my first big trophy. Okay, we won in Chieri, won Top Teams Cup, but we didn't even win the league, but we won the Champions League. So it was pretty great.
Incredible. What does the Champions League mean to the pair of you, though, from a playing perspective, from a coaching perspective? I mean, I've been pretty lucky over the last couple of years to visit loads of the clubs and loads of the countries and to see volleyball. Like, I live in London, and volleyball is a small sport here. There's a small group of really passionate players and supporters. But whenever I get the opportunity to go to Europe and to experience it, it makes me feel incredible. I mean, you've both been involved at the top level for so long and seen so many games. But what does it mean? Does it still feel special to you now from both playing and coaching in it?
Actually, after first victory of Champions League, we started to believe that, because before that it was like a dream that never comes true. But after we achieve it, it was like, okay, we have to do it again because it's so good. We want to feel it again because it's so precious. So that's why we were basically, when you start your season, there's many paths in your way, like league or Champions League or Turkish Cup. Then if you're creating a team to be champion, you're trying to be champion for every path that you have. So that's why, and when you think about Champions League, basically you are winning the best team of our leagues, and then all other Europe leagues. That means you achieve something really big. That's why I believe it's kind of more special than whatever there's another side.
Yeah, I didn't see the beginning, but I'm agree about the end. So, of course, if you ask to, for example, because if you ask to most of the president of this big club, they will tell you the most important cup is the Club World Championship. Because from a sponsoring point of view, from a selling point of view, you are the best club of the world, But for us, of course, it's an important tournament, but we're talking about a 1 week tournament, 4 or 5 matches in 1 week, the Club World Championship. So, of course, it has a value, but it's not a big value like a tournament like Champions League that starts in October and finish in May, and where there are, of course, all the best teams. Mm-hmm. Because in the Club World Championship, they're missing many European teams, and then we know that European clubs are the best of the world. So, so there is in this Club World Championship, only Brazilian team can little bit compete and one Chinese, but also you see the last time they didn't do nothing. So we know that the best club in the world are in Europe, and to win Champions League, you have to be really the best of the best, because it's not just one match. You have to win several matches. So that's why it means a lot for us, for sure, because it's a really big achievement.
I really hope we get to complete it this year. Just out of curiosity, seeing as your team are the only ones who've qualified to the semi-finals, does that mean if it doesn't finish, you're champions? Is that how it works?
Yeah, us and Conegliano, we are co-champion.
Yeah, that'll do. Another trophy for the cabinet. Right then, I'm going to leave you guys go soon.
I don't know what happened. I just know that now it's crazy, because it's American player of Fenerbahce left, American player of and the Swedish player of Vakibank left, American player of Exacibazi left, American player of and some other player of Novara left. Nobody's training. So I really wish for the volleyball that we can come back to a normal life and finish the Champions League, because everybody would love to see a normal competition ended. But you see also Russian terminated the league, Poland terminated the league. Only Turkey and Italy, we still didn't have somebody that say, okay, the league is finished, but we are not training. They are not training. So difficult to think that in 1 month everything can change so much. But we like to think positive. So why not? If in couple of weeks the life can come back to normal and player can also fly back, because this would be a key, because let's say we come back to normal, but the 2 American Fenerbahce, they cannot fly back from America. How Fenerbahce can compete, or how can we compete? Of course you can play, but it's not the same thing. So it would be nice to have a fair competition with all the players that participate in the league from the beginning.
Well, I hope the main thing is that everyone gets back and they're safe and they're well and they're healthy, and we can all just... I'm so sorry about that. It just cut off. But really, I just wanted to just say thank you very much to you both for taking the time to talk to me on your pizza night. How was the pizza, by the way? Was it delicious?
Yes. I mean, we're improving. The first pizzas that we were doing was, don't say to him, but terrible. Nothing.
No, she was just saying how wonderful it is to spend so much time with you and how glad she is that she can share this moment with you and Alison and the dog.
Sure. But I don't believe you will talk about that.
What happens when you two have to play against each other? Do you smile? Do you fight? How does
Nice. I mean, we are used to, because it's from the time, when I was coach of Germany, and she was player of Turkey. So it happened many times. It's always, but of course, from when we are in the same house, it's a little more heavy. But there is the 2-3 days before the match that there is not amazing talk, because you cannot say, how are you? How is the team? Are you training good? So you cannot make this kind of question, and she cannot make it the same question. And so just it's weird, so we prefer not to do, but we are professional.
Yeah, absolutely. You're lucky you get to do it at the very top level, and long may it continue. Right, let's have a quick game. So quick fire questions. Do you rather a 3-0 win or a 3-2 win?
It depends. Okay, let's say 3-2 win I always like.
Okay. What about you, Bahar?
Tie break, it's always more fun.
I can't believe you just haven't got right. 3-0. Let's go. Okay, Turkish food or Italian food?
Have you ever been? Okay, I never been to London, so I know London, but I know better New York to talk about international, well-known city and count how many Italian restaurants are and how many Turkish restaurants are. So I think there is no competition.
Oh, okay, fair enough. When you come to London, I'll take you to my favourite Turkish. How does that sound?
Yeah, for sure there is. But count how many Turkish and how many Italians.
That's a good answer. Okay, do you rather serve or receive?
I normally choose serve. A lot of coaches, we always fight about that, but maybe she has a different opinion.
As a middle blocker, receive.
Okay, what is your least favourite team to play against or coach against?
League.
Least favourite. Which team do you not like to play against?
Because they're good.
Well, up to you. Maybe they're good, maybe you just don't like them.
Okay, I think that in the last years, I didn't like to play against Conegliano. Actually, not Conegliano. I make it different. In the last year, I didn't like to play against Egonu.
Okay.
Doesn't matter where she is. I didn't like to play against her. Up to you.
No, to me, I think about general, but when I think about also national team times, it was always tough to play against like Asian teams because they're playing so quick. So as a middle blocker, it was always tough to play against them. So yes, you never know where the ball goes.
Here's a question I like to ask middle blockers. Who's the most difficult setter to read?
Oh, I mean, there are a couple. My own, which is really right now. You never know what she will do because she's showing something else and she's doing totally something else. So I think Maya is really best one right now about it.
Okay, a couple more quick fire questions then. Cucino or blocco?
She have to learn all. Doesn't matter what I put. She have to learn all. Cuscino. Cucina is to eat. Cuscino is the pillow.
Okay. Well, I've just learnt my first 2 words in Italian, so great news all around.
They're not very important, actually.
Okay, Olympics or World Championships?
Olympic
for sure.
Yeah.
It's magical. To be there, it was magical.
Yeah, she was in your city.
Yeah.
I was not.
I've got. Hang on. Wait 1 second. So it was my first Olympics. I saw you play, and I've still got. It's not got any air in it, but this is the ball from London 2012.
Very nice.
Guys, thank you so much, and thank you so much for bringing Alison and the dog in. Right, I'm going to go. Enjoy the rest of your night. Ciao. Thank you so much for cheering me up, and we'll speak soon. See you later.
Thanks. Ciao.
Bye. Well, that was an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much to Giovanni and Bahar, and of course Alison and Jackie as well, for letting us into their home. And most importantly, they seem to be doing all right, and hopefully you guys are too. Make sure that you like these videos, share these videos, and we'll keep them coming. We'll all get through this together, but it has been great to pass the time by catching up with some of our friends and some of our heroes in volleyball, and the fact that they're doing well should give us all faith that we will all get there eventually. The CEV have got lots of things to help us pass the time, so make sure you head over to their social media. And if this is the first of the Unscripted that you've watched, make sure you check back and see some of the other superstars we've done as well. We've done Bruno, Louisa Littman, Britt Herbots, Isabel Hack, and that's just to name a few. We've got a whole host more coming up in the not too distant future as well. So stay home, stay safe, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon.